Sunshine. How you doing?
Fine.
You good?
Yeah.
The Astros got shut out last night, Brandon.
No.
Honest, stays right there.
Baseball. That's all you two ever talk about.
Hey, Saunders is pitching for state. Boy, they'll really put it together this time if he does.
Is he as good as your dad?
Hey, nobody's as good as I was. Right, sweetheart?
You sure are humble.
Except maybe you.
Hey, Dad, don't forget my game tonight. I'm pitching, and I always do better when you're there.
I won't forget. You know, I always seem to do better when my dad was there, too. I promise, I'll be there.
Okay, I'll practice all day.
Hey, now take it easy, Slugger. We want to save your arm for the game, all right?
Okay, bye.
I'll see you. I'll be there. Good morning, Mary. How are you, Beth? Good. Good morning. You bet.
Great.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great.
How are the kids?
Hey, pretty good. How yours doing?
Fine, thanks.
Great. Hey, we've got to get together sometime.
Okay, let's do it. Good morning. Good morning, Kelly. Let's see what I got to do today.
Dad, don't forget my game tonight. I'm pitching, and I always do better when you're there.
I won't forget. You know, I always seem to do better when my dad was there, too. I promise, I'll be there.
Mr. Cameron's ready for the meeting, Mr. Reynolds.
Okay, thanks, Mark. I'll be right in. Good morning.
This morning I'm going to talk about a $10 billion problem. Theft from our stores and other retail stores across the nation. It's a problem that jacks up the prices we pay on everything we buy as consumers. It's a problem that's been with us. Now that we've talked about the three major sources of loss, from customer theft, employees, and vendors, I'd like to give you a better idea of just how important employee theft can be. Very few individuals want to be thieves, but sometimes an opportunity and a need create a temptation that's hard to overcome. Each of you might be tempted to take a candy bar or a can of pop or $20 just until payday. It's easy to rationalize that such an act won't hurt you or the company, but it hurts all of us. For example, if each employee in the company took a candy bar and a can of pop every day for a year, the losses to the company would amount to more than $1.5 million. If enough of that kind of thing goes on unchecked, the company will go out of business. And you and I will be looking for another job. Consider how small that seemingly insignificant but dishonest act can be. At stake are your opportunities for advancement in the company and for your promotions. Each time you decide not to steal from the company, each time you decide to take pride in yourselves, to be loyal to the company by being trustworthy and honest, you're giving yourself important personal growth. And your opportunities for advancement are unlimited. for our sake, for your sake. Make the right choice. Any questions?
Mr. Cameron, what happens when an employee is caught stealing from the store?
Our company policy is very clear on that point. We call in the police to arrest the individual, and we prosecute for theft.
Every time? Or even for a candy bar?
Every time. Any other questions? Okay, the meeting's over.
Dave, can I talk to you in my office for a minute, please?
Yeah, sure.
Lieutenant, this is Dave Reynolds, our assistant manager.
Mr. Reynolds, I'm Lieutenant Foster with the Police Department. Officer Mack, I'm sure acquainted with Liz Roberts, your District Loss Prevention Officer. We're going to play a videotape for you. I think you'll find it very interesting. Liz?
How could you do this? At our district meeting last week, the DM said you were being considered for a manager's position.
Mr. Reynolds, I'm arresting you for grand larceny. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to not afford a lawyer. One will be provided for you, free of cost, if you want one. Do you have anything to say?
I can't believe this. It's not what it seems.
Officer Mack, preparing for transport.
Yeah, I need you to please put your hands up on the wall. Please spread your legs a little bit. Okay, why don't you just take off your coat there? Okay, put your hands behind your back, please.
Come with me, Mr. Reynolds.
Yeah, I need your ring, too.
Yeah, but I've never taken this off. Can I keep this?
There's no jewelry allowed in the jails.
Reynolds?
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, how you doing, Dave? Hey, Brandon's been trying to call you for over an hour. After you talk to Jen, I want to tell you something. Brandon, Daddy's on the phone.
Hey, Dad, I'm really getting warmed up for that game tonight. I can hardly wait.
That's good, son. Let me talk to Mom now, okay?
Okay, Dad.
Hey, you go upstairs, okay, and practice. Dave, I've got some exciting news. I went and saw Dr. Gopal this morning, and guess what? You're going to be another daddy. The third time. About 3.5 months along. I sure do love you. You know what? I'm more excited for this baby than I ever have been for any of the babies because
Sweetheart,
we're so stable now and you have a good job and
Sweetheart, I have some,
I thought that maybe we could even celebrate tonight and maybe go out to dinner to that special place.
Sweetheart, I'm down at the city jail.
City jail? What are you doing there?
Well, there's been some trouble at the store, and
What kind of trouble, Dave?
Some money was taken from the store.
What happened?
Sweetheart, I took a lot of money from the store.
You did?
Yeah.
Dave, are you kidding? Dave?
Sweetheart, I need your help. I need you to come down here.
Why? Why'd you do that, Dave?
Sweetheart, I need your help down here. Please come down and
Mr. Reynolds, I need you to get off the phone now.
What do I do?
Sweetheart, okay, what I want you to do then, I haven't got much time. I want you to find someone to take care of the kids, and I need you to come down here, please.
Okay. Dave, whatever happens, I love you. I really do.
I love you too, sweetheart.
Yeah, I said you need to get off the phone.
Okay, I'll see you.
Are you ready to hear the verdict?
Yes.
Based on the evidence presented, the court finds you guilty as charged and sentences you to 5 years in the state penitentiary. Court dismissed.
The events you have just watched took place more than 4 years ago. They didn't have to happen, but they did. And if the odds makers are correct, an arrest on similar charges is taking place in a retail store somewhere this minute. A few moments ago, you met Dave Reynolds, an assistant manager in a retail store. Dave was an all-state baseball player as a high school senior and even started several games before he dropped out of college to get married. He and his wife have a young son and daughter, and a few months ago they purchased a new home. Everyone liked Dave. He was friendly, outgoing, a born leader, and well on his way to a successful career in retail management. Dave was one of those people who seemingly had it made. After his arrest for grand larceny, he was tried, convicted, and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Dave was paroled after 19 months. Most people don't understand the problem an ex-convict has in getting a job, especially if the only business or vocation he or she knows is in the retail trade. We located Dave a couple of weeks ago. It's been 2 years since he was released from prison. This is where we found him. Dave, I must admit I'm surprised to find you here.
I've got to work where I can.
How did you feel about going to prison?
I hated it. Everything you've heard about prison is true. There's a lot more. A lot more. It's an ugly, ugly place.
Do you feel like you got what you deserve?
Yeah. Jack, you go on to the corner. I'll meet you there.
What about your family? How have they held up during this time?
Well, we're still together. I guess that's something. It hasn't been that great, but it hasn't been that bad.
Is your marriage as good as it was?
It used to be great. Kathy's gone through a lot of stuff. It's been really hard on her. I guess that I'm just lucky that she's still with me.
Dave, you were convicted of stealing $6,000. Surely this didn't all begin with $6,000. How did it start?
You want to know how it started? I thought about it a lot. Every night for 573 nights, I thought about it. Every time that I knew that my son was playing in a baseball game, that I couldn't be there. Or when my wife was lonely, I thought about it. If you want to know the truth, it all started with a single candy bar when I was a stock clerk.
A candy bar? I can't believe that. A candy bar started all this?
Stealing is stealing. It doesn't matter what you take or how small or how big, it's all the same. Nobody starts out stealing $6,000. They start out with something small and they work up.
When did you first take money?
I needed to get an anniversary present for my wife, and so I took $20 from the till, and I figured that when payday came around, I could just pay back what I borrowed. But nobody noticed the $20 that was missing, so I just let it go. And then I needed something, so I took $20, and it just kind of went from there, I guess.
And you kept taking?
Yeah, I'd worked my way up, you know, and I started taking more and more, and more often, and finally I just was taking a bill about, I don't know, every couple of days.
Now, Bill, that's $100.
Yeah. I was taking, like I said, every couple of days, and I just decided I'd finally just make one big score, and then I'd call it quits, because it, like I realized in prison, it had become a habit, and it's something that's hard to break. It's kind of like telling an alcoholic to quit his booze or something like that. You just can't do it all overnight or anything.
Weren't you aware, didn't you worry about the in-store cameras, the surveillance system?
Yeah, I knew about the cameras. I knew right where they were, but I didn't think anybody watched them. But the thing I didn't know about was the hidden cameras.
Hidden cameras?
Yeah. I knew about the other cameras. Most of the employees do. But there are some cameras that are hidden. They're hidden in the walls and in the ceiling.
And it was one of these that caught you.
Yeah.
Dave, after everything that's happened, you, your family, if you had it to do over again, what would you do differently?
I would never have taken that first candy bar.
Cut! That's a wrap.
Very good.
Yep, Cameron.
What you've seen here didn't really happen. It's just a story. That isn't Dave Reynolds. He's an actor. I'm an actor. But what you've seen is happening to real people. Right now, somewhere, a sales clerk, a cashier, a store manager is being arrested. Being arrested and charged with theft or embezzlement or larceny. It may even be one of your fellow employees. The tragedy is that it didn't need to happen. If that person, whoever he or she is, had been honest, none of the ugly, life-shattering experiences we've seen here need to have taken place. And it doesn't need to happen to you either. It's entirely up to you. Do you know where Dave Reynolds could have been now if he hadn't stolen that first candy bar or anything else? This is what might have taken place.
Dave, can I talk to you in my office for a minute, please?
Sure.
Charlie, Ralph, this is Dave Reynolds, our assistant manager. This is Charlie Ferber, manager of District 1, and Ralph Giles, manager of our Greenwood Mall store.
How do you do, Dave? It's good to meet you.
We've heard a lot of good things about you, Dave. Have you ever been to our store in Greenwood Mall?
I sure have. It's one of the best in the company.
That's right. And the reason for that is that Ralph here has done such an outstanding job as the general manager.
Well,
He's done such a good job. As a matter of fact, we've asked him to open our new store at Oakcrest.
That's terrific. Congratulations.
thank you.
Of course, that creates a vacancy in the general manager job at Ralph's old store. We've had our eyes on you for a long time, Dave. You're a hard worker, you have an outstanding reputation, and your honesty is absolutely impeccable. I'm offering you the general manager job at Greenwood, Dave. Would you like it?
You've got to be kidding. Of course I'd like it. Yes, absolutely.
Well, then you better pack and be on your way. You don't work here anymore. You're our new manager at Greenwood.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you. Oh, and Ralph, I'll take good care of your store.
I know you will, Dave. Congratulations.
You've done a good job preparing.
He's a fine young man.
You'll do very well.
Sure is. This is going to be a great
I can't wait to tell you, sweetheart. I just can't wait.